Imagine a world where the powerful few control the destiny of billions, not through transparent actions, but through hidden manipulations, where financial crashes, engineered diseases, and even government policies aren't accidents, but deliberate strategies in a silent war against democracy. This is the dark truth exposed in Jim Marrs' The $1 Trillion Conspiracy. Today, we dive into Jim Marrs' explosive 2010 book, The $1 Trillion Conspiracy, where the author unveils a shadow network of elites allegedly driving the dismantling of U.S. sovereignty. These aren't your average conspiracy theories. They're complex, chilling assertions that involve the world's most powerful institutions. From the Federal Reserve to intelligence agencies, Marrs paints a disturbing picture of how global elites may be orchestrating financial crises, manipulating diseases, and pushing for authoritarian control. Let's begin with the 2008 financial crisis, the Great Recession. Marrs claims it wasn't a random event, but an engineered disaster. He points to what he calls zombie banks, major financial institutions that, despite being insolvent, were kept alive through government bailouts, like the $700 billion Troubled Asset Relief Program, or TARP. While millions lost their homes, jobs, and savings, Wall Street was bailed out, strengthening the grip of the financial elite. Marrs refers to this as corporate socialism, where the rich are saved and the ordinary citizen bears the cost. Marrs takes his critique a step further, targeting the Federal Reserve, which he describes as a privately controlled banking cartel with no true oversight from the government. The Fed's independence has long been a subject of debate. Marrs boldly claims that the Federal Reserve's unchecked power is a significant driver of economic inequality. He even quips, "The Federal Reserve is no more federal than Federal Express." But Marrs doesn't stop at the economy. He ventures into an even more controversial territory, public health. He alleges that certain diseases have been weaponized as part of a larger depopulation agenda, referencing historical bioweapons programs like MKUltra and more recent health crises. He questions whether epidemics are the result of natural causes or, in some cases, deliberate efforts to manipulate the population. Take the rise of chronic conditions like autoimmune disorders or the rapid spread of epidemics. Could they be linked to lab-engineered pathogens? Marrs draws attention to a 1974 memo by Henry Kissinger, which warned of the dangers of overpopulation in developing nations and laid the groundwork for what some interpret as a global depopulation strategy. While he doesn't outright claim pandemics are engineered, Marrs suggests that the medical-industrial complex benefits from health crises, which leads to a perpetual cycle of disease and profit. Then there's the erosion of civil liberties post 9/11. Marrs argues that policies like the Patriot Act and the expansion of Homeland Security laid the foundation for a surveillance state. From biometric tracking to drones patrolling American skies, Marrs believes we're witnessing a slow but steady march toward authoritarianism. He contends that the war on terror has evolved into a war on privacy, normalizing Orwellian surveillance tactics. With all of this in mind, what can be done? Marrs doesn't leave us in the dark. Despite his grim outlook, he calls for action, for transparency, audits of the Federal Reserve, an end to corporate welfare, and a return to constitutional checks and balances. His message is clear. To fight the elites, we must be informed and engaged. Support independent media, hold power accountable, and demand real change. Now, Marrs' theories are controversial, and mainstream economists and scientists have dismissed many of his claims as speculative. Critics argue that he conflates correlation with causation, relying heavily on circumstantial evidence. But his influence remains, especially among libertarians and those concerned about the growing power of global elites. Whether you agree with his views or not, one thing is clear. The conversation about government oversight, financial reform, and personal freedom is more relevant today than ever before. Is Marrs' theory a wake-up call, or just another conspiracy theory? We want to hear your thoughts. Is the government really operating in the shadows, or is there a more rational explanation behind these events? Leave your comments below, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more deep dives into the world's most pressing issues. Since its release, The $1 Trillion Conspiracy has resonated with readers who are skeptical of centralized power and government overreach. The economic implications of Mars's claims, particularly regarding the Federal Reserve and corporate bailouts, have continued to fuel debates on income inequality, fiscal policy, and financial reform. Meanwhile, concerns about privacy and surveillance in the wake of 9/11 remain highly relevant in today's digital age, where data privacy is a critical issue. As we approach a future shaped by AI, biometric tracking, and digital currencies, Mars' call for transparency and civic engagement feels more urgent than ever. His book serves as both a warning and a rallying cry to safeguard democracy, financial integrity, and personal freedoms in an increasingly complex world.